Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 92 of Pokemon Horizons titled Follow the Laquium Signs just dropped, and our heroes continue to chase after Pokemon who have seemingly been affected by Laquium. This time, it's a Steelix, and it causes something major to happen. What is it? Let's talk about it. This episode has a major return, but I don't know how to feel about it. For now, let's just talk about how we got there. Roy and Liko talk to Dot on their phones while Ult is looking for Roy. He finds them, but hides because Liko's there. He's seemingly scared of girls. At least that's what his Sableye is implying. Liko is nervous to talk to Dot after so long. They talk about a potential new Pokemon that has been affected with Laquium. They head to the canyon looking for that Pokemon, where Roy has this Pokemon search from the air while he searches from the ground. Liko sees how beautiful the area they're in and remembers the Terrastal Course adventures they used to have. She also tells Dot that the Terapagos hasn't woken up since Laqua, but Dot is reassured when Hatcham seems to be relaxed about it. Roy and Cap come across holes on the ground. Cap notices someone following them, causing Ult, the person following Roy, to fall down one of those holes. Liko and Roy investigate the ground being softened up by something, as well as pink mist in the air. Dot calls these Laquium Signs. As Ult goes deeper into the cave he fell into, he notices a Steelix, and he realizes that it's a similar situation to the slacking situation with the pink mist, so he runs away. The Steelix sees him and gets angry and starts rampaging. The Steelix is fast and dodging everything, so Roy has his Lucario use wave guidance to predict where Steelix is coming from and hit it with close combat, followed by a flower trick from Liko's Meowscarada. However, Steelix's physical defenses are extremely tough, so it doesn't affect it at all. Dot tells our heroes that they need to get a hit in with Flamethrower from Crocalor, and to allow that, they need to provide support from all their other Pokemon. This allows us to get a rare, full participation from all the Pokemon in the field, a response probably to the pretty common complaint where prior, it felt like only the starters ever got love. Lucario uses wave guidance to spot Steelix so that Meowscarada can try and keep it in place. However, Steelix fires a rock move at Crocalor and Kilowattrel. That gets stopped by confusion from Hatcham, and the rocks are blown up by Cap. As Crocalor is about to use Flamethrower though, Steelix jumps back inside the hole. A disarming voice and uproar combo inside the hole forces out Steelix. However, before Crocalor can use Flamethrower, a second rock comes out of nowhere and smacks down both Kilowattrel and Crocalor. It is a second enraged Steelix. The two enraged Steelix then begin attacking our hero's Pokemon. Crocalor and Kilowattrel get hit by Sand Tomb due to smackdown from the other Steelix earlier. Then they prevent Cap from saving the Pokemon, and Lucario has to dodge attacks from them. Meowscarada also manages to get away from one of the Steelixes and prevent it from attacking with Flower Trick, only to get attacked by a second Steelix. But before he can get a hit, a Power Gem out of nowhere saves Meowscarada. It's Ult with this Sableye. He comes out of nowhere and says that the Black Rayquaza is his before realizing the situation. As he talks with Roy, the two come to the same idea. They Mega Evolve their Pokemon. The Mega Evolution allows Lucario to get some damage in with Metal Claw and Close Combat, and Sableye to be able to use Confuse Ray and Power Gem to confuse and damage the Steelix. However, the two Pokemon are not down yet. Then, the two Steelixes charge at the two Mega Evolved Pokemon only to crash into each other. Crocalor then arrives with Cap and Kilowattrel and is able to use Flamethrower on the two Steelixes. However, now, the two Steelixes are fighting each other. Like Dot says, the Laquium is causing them to not see friend from foe. Liko remembers this exact same thing happening in Laqua with the hero Pokemon. She tries to get the Steelix to stop by running at them and saying they should stop, and she's about to get hit by a smackdown rock when all of a sudden, Terapagos arrives to protect her. This is the return I was talking about, and I don't know how to feel about it. I'm annoyed at Liko for running at two Pokemon fighting each other, especially after her experience in Laqua where that caused so much destruction. She's lucky that Terapagos woke up again. Maybe it's because I'm a Naruto fan, but I hate that trope where the female member of the group runs towards two fighting Pokemon. Ash did this in the first movie too. It never works out well. Terapagos then absorbs all of the Laquium from the two Steelixes, causing them to both go down in a heap. Liko is really happy to see Terapagos, and Hatcham heal pulses the two Steelixes. They wake up, look at each other, and then walk away. Roy then introduces Ult to Liko, who thanks him for helping Meowscarada. Ult, however, turns away from Liko, saying it was nothing. However, when he looks for Sableye, he doesn't see it. Instead, they spot it trying to eat Terapagos. They're able to stop it. That's when Liko asks about the Mega Evolution. We then cut to a video of Nidothing explaining Mega Evolution to those that might not know. We also get to see tons of tips about Pokemon being affected by Laquium everywhere, and she wants to know what might be causing it. Meanwhile, Ult is still following along with our heroes, and when Liko asks why, that's when he explains it's because of the Black Rayquaza. While he's explaining his reasoning and yapping on, Roy drags Liko ahead of him because he doesn't want Ult to be tangled in their journey. When Ult is done yapping, he realizes that he has been left behind once again. Finally, we cut to a meeting somewhere between Hamber, Zur, and Konya. They haven't spoken to Hamber in over a year, and the two say that they regret not being able to protect Amethio. However, Hamber says that him and Crave don't believe the official narrative from Spinel, that being, Amethio betrayed Gibeon and the two perished in the ensuing struggle. So, he gives Zur and Konya the Zygarde cubes to find Zygarde to help find the whereabouts of Amethio before Amethio finds out, and before it becomes too late for all of them. And that's where we end this episode. I don't know how to feel about Terapagos returning this quickly. I thought that was going to be a major part of this series, to try and eventually get Terapagos to return. Clearly that wasn't in their plan, so I wonder why they even had the first 2 episodes where they made it a big deal even a thing. Heck, it's a big deal in the poster of this series for Mega Voltage. So if they're just gonna have it only be a thing for 2 episodes, why even focus on this? Such a bizarre decision. So many different things happened here, so let's try to go in order. Ult seems to have some sort of weirdness with girls. His Sableye made fun of him for that. So it's either gonna be something big or serious, or just a gag that's gonna be played up. I don't know what it's gonna be. There's also seemingly a history of Ult and Roy that we know of, and how they met, and how the two got Keystones and Mega Evolutions. All intriguing things, but I think that's gonna be a while before we get answers to that. To me, the more intriguing questions are what happens at the end of the episode. What has Spinel done to cause Laquium to spread everywhere around the world, and what is his endgame? And second, what happened to Amethio? He left with Zura and Konya in Laqua, so what happened? He got caught? By who? Spinel? And for what? Why did Crave leave his position? Why does Hamber not want Amethio to find out that he's being searched for? And what has Hamber so shook that he's entrusting Zura and Konya, two of the weakest members of the former explorers, to embark on this? There are so many questions here and so much uncertainty in this world. I am really intrigued. I'm curious to see where everything is headed. But what about you guys? What did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more reviews, and that's it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.